What if you can instantly tap into a new way to manifest the life of your dreams just by wearing a regular pair of headphones? Wouldn't you want this technology if it really existed? I'm Mark Pichetti. I personally use Tesla's technology to rewrite my brain and create the reality of my dreams for over 15 years. I've helped my students leverage the unique power of the ether and go on to predictably produce 6 figures, 7 figures, and way beyond. So if you just answered yes to wanting this automatic manifestation technology, watch this free short video all the way through, because not only does this technology exist today, it's available to you right now, as is everything you've been asking the universe for. You just don't know about it because there are people who don't want this technology released. They've been fighting it since the days of Nikola Tesla. People like J.P. Morgan prevented Tesla's technology and all of its purity and potential from ever being released. But even the lesser technologies that came from Tesla, like wireless internet and cell phones, have completely changed our paradigm as a civilization, a humanity. We depend on Tesla's inventions to life. But the most important technology Tesla ever tapped into was the ability to program the brain to receive abundance. I was guided to Tesla's brainwave technology when I hit absolute rock bottom and almost lost everything. I've been using this secret manifestation technology for 17 plus years now. It's helped me automatically manifest a life full of financial freedom, time freedom, and the freedom to live my life on my own terms without so much as a high school diploma. I've helped other people achieve millions of dollars in profits wearing the hat of a copywriter. I've proven to myself time and time again that I really do create my reality, and that started with stumbling onto a single Tesla article in the early days of the internet. It was in the middle of the night when I suddenly discovered this technology. I found the Tesla article when I was having a dark night of the soul, the kind of night where my worst fears came up to haunt and torture me all at once. Tesla talked about an energy field where everything and everyone comes from. He called it the ether. Nikola Tesla described the ether as an invisible field of energy. It's this unseen energy that makes anything you can possibly imagine a reality, and it is right now. This ether can give you electricity, phone, TV, and endless power to create literally everything you want. It's what Einstein called the quantum or zero-point field. It's what the Eastern tradition called the Akashic records. It's what billions of people from all forms of religion and spirituality call God. It doesn't matter what you call the ether. What's important is that it's always manifesting your reality based on where your attention is right now, because your experience of reality is always becoming where your attention is right now. Let me say that again. You're always becoming where your attention is right now. In other words, your attention is driven by the vibrations and frequencies generated by your brainwaves and your very real third eye called the pineal gland. Nikola Tesla said, "All peoples everywhere should have free energy sources. Electric power is everywhere, present in unlimited quantities, and can drive the world's machinery without the need for coal, oil, or gas. Imagine a world without ever paying for gasoline in your car or utilities for your home ever again." That's the power of this field of energy surrounding and connecting us. Even more, imagine a society where every single person on this planet can consciously tap into the ether and effortlessly manifest everything they want in an abundant life. A scarcity-free existence. Everyone lives their passion, their purpose. Everyone has the space to wander, discover themselves, and leave our mark all over this amazing planet we share. Everyone feels validated for each of our totally subjective experiences and personal genius. That's the world Nikola Tesla imagined too. What's fascinating is Tesla left behind a code for reactivating your third eye using your simple pair of headphones. So the world never has to feel like it's happening to you ever again. Now, your pineal gland is directly connected with the Earth's electromagnetism. The Earth vibrates at the same frequencies as our brainwaves. Through the pineal gland, you're connected with all of these frequencies and vibrations every second and every day of your entire life. It's the pineal gland that gives birds their amazing sense of collective direction. They can feel the Earth's electromagnetic energy, invisibly guiding them as a collective to their next completely instinctual destination. Always completely in sync with each other, all because of energies and frequencies you can't see. It's the same for you, just on a much larger, grander scale, because your Homo sapiens sapien brain is capable of imagining major motion picture movies in the thing I call your Hollywood of consciousness. It's this Hollywood of your own consciousness that you can see and manifest anything, and you are right now. Fact is, you've been automatically manifesting your whole life. It's the most natural thing you do. Yet there are people and powers out there claiming you have to learn how to manifest. Stay away from those people. You're already infinitely more powerful than they will ever let themselves be. Keep watching to find out exactly what I mean. Now, before we dig into why people attract what they don't want, let's first discuss the central processing unit of your Hollywood of consciousness in the pineal gland. This central hub, it feels things before you feel them. It sees things before they're real. It creates your reality, whether you're deliberate about it or conscious of it or not. The point is, your pineal gland is equally as connected with the visible world as it is the invisible world of energy, frequencies, and vibrations, Tesla's world. Sadly, the third eye has been made into this mystical woo-woo thing. Millions upon millions of people are left with thoughts like, this can't be real, I need to deal with reality. People might also say, I want to believe this spiritual stuff is real, but I have a family. I have to take care of them. I can't afford to be irresponsible. People even say, if I really did have a third eye, why would I purposely manifest the illusion of so much scarcity? But have you noticed how the people who tell you what you can't do usually have extremely limited mindsets? They don't believe in this stuff, and for some reason, they don't want you believing in it either. So very few people know how to leverage the third eye's very real and full power. But aside from dealing with other people's disbelief, it's incredibly hard to take your attention away from what is, especially when you haven't totally proven to yourself that you are actually unlimited. Reality can be extremely seductive, and it's so easy to keep telling the story of what is because it's happening right in front of you right now. So believing these unseen energetic forces are putting together the pieces of your reality can feel like make-believe, woo-woo, or perhaps even some sort of pseudoscience. Well, I've been right there with you asking, how can I possibly depend on invisible energy to manifest the life I want? That's insane thinking, right? Well, it's not. And if you want some simple proof, here's what helped me make sense of what is possible. Now, check out this cell phone. With it, you're able to call anybody in the world all through invisible signals. You're able to text people and fully expect they're going to receive your message and have the ability to respond. Whether they do or they don't, that's a different story, right? You're able to browse the internet and instantly find your favorite websites, but do you see the invisible signals coming from outer space that makes it all work? No, right? So even though you don't see these signals, you still automatically trust that your cell phone works, don't you? You still answer the phone without wondering, oh my gosh, how's this possible? The point is, it's all manifested by the unseen. which means if you use a cell phone, you do believe in energy, or Tesla's unseen world of frequencies and vibrations. Tesla knew this, which is why he wanted to share this technology with the world. Unfortunately, we either overlook the power of the unseen, or worse, we take it for granted. This leaves endless life-changing possibilities and opportunities on the table. Now, that said, the question that most people ask me is, how can I be this unlimited and this broke? Did that question cross your mind yet? Are you frustrated about not being able to easily pay the bills, not going on vacation whenever you feel like it, and not having the freedom to work whenever you want or feel inspired? In other words, why is the field giving you everything you don't want in your life? The answer is actually really simple. You don't believe the field exists, or that manifesting what you do want is actually possible for you. What's amazing is your reality is always asking you a question. Do you want more of this? Yeah, reality is a question mark, and you answer with your attention. In other words, you're always becoming where your attention is right now. However, your attention is not under your control. Far from it, actually. The fact is, your subconscious pulls the strings behind your attention. Yep, 95% of your attention is directed by your subconscious mind. So the real question is, what's driving your subconscious? Well, that's the subconscious programming you absorbed like a sponge before you were even 7 years old. These programs take over your attention and completely disrupt your ability to naturally tap into the ether and manifest the things you do want. So let's be clear. It's not your intentions, your prayers, your wishes, your thoughts, or your hopes that create your experience of reality. These are conscious efforts, aka the 5% of your attention, and they're almost always in reaction to everything you don't want. The remaining 95% of your subconscious, or who's really in control, is constantly creating resistance for what you want to easily manifest. As Bruce Lipton, PhD, said, the subconscious mind is like a tape player. Until you change the tape, it will not change. This is where the Tesla code enters the picture. So remember the numbers 369 that Tesla talked about? This is what's known as the Tesla code. These numbers aren't just the key to tapping into your abundance. These numbers are unique frequencies that, when decoded, hold the power to access and even help reprogram the subconscious mind. Now, numbers are powerful. Pragathis said, numbers rule the universe. And certain numbers, when combined, can uniquely access different parts of your brain. This is actually an interesting rabbit hole to go down. But before we go down that rabbit hole, here's the actual Tesla code in a nutshell. 432 divided by 12 equals 36. 3 plus 6 equals 9. But what do these numbers mean, right? Okay, this is where science and mysticism come together. There are certain archetypal numbers that have been played out since the beginning of humanity. The first frequency is 432 hertz. It's largely considered to be the frequency of the Earth. In 1939, it was agreed upon by the powers that be that 440 hertz should be the standard in distributing media, including music. Is it a conspiracy? Some say yes, and some say no. But regardless of the truth, 440 hertz isn't the frequency of the Earth and doesn't have the benefits that come with it. Now, just for a second, let's put a pin on the 432 hertz conversation and shift to the number 12. Now, when you look back at human history, the number 12 comes up again and again. The 12 apostles, representing the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 gods of Olympus, 12 eggs in a dozen, 12 inches in a foot, 12 months in a year, 12 drawers, 24 hours in a day divided by 2 is 12. And that's just scratching the surface. Now, when you divide 12 into 432 hertz, you get the number 36. 12 times 3 equals 36. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Again, that's Tesla's 369 code. So I started testing different 432 Hz audio technologies to see what happened to me. I discovered that just listening to the frequency by itself was therapeutic, but far from life-changing. I started researching why I wasn't getting results. I found out there really wasn't much in the way of long-term benefits because once I stopped listening to the frequency with my headphones, my brain reverted back to my regular story and habits as usual. Right about then, when I was feeling like giving up, I found another lead: hypnosis. At first, I thought hypnosis was either fake or like brainwashing. But then I discovered more about brain plasticity, or the ability to literally rewire the brain. Imagine, every thought leads to two neurons hooking up and developing a relationship with each other. Then you think that thought again and continue telling that story, making more neurons come together to support the story you're telling as being real. That's true all the way down to your personality and identity. Me, Mark Pachetti, is the product of neurons having a long-term relationship with each other and more neurons constantly being added to support the idea that I'm me. That process holds true with every story you're telling, about money, about love, about passion, about purpose, and certainly about freedom. I also discovered that when you access certain parts of the brain, you can also reprogram those parts of your subconscious and psyche, ending old neuron relationships and developing new, supportive, abundant ones. Knowing that, I had to figure out a way to accelerate telling my subconscious my new story. So I started adding my own personal guided meditation to my frequency tracks. I spent over a year refining these audio scripts to get the results I knew could be possible if I opened up to them. I did it too. Now, I'm a 4th grade dropout who has helped countless business owners produce over $500 million in profits while amassing my own financial freedom. And trust me, I tried everything. I used the secret, supposed law of attraction, but I didn't want to give my power away to some abstract universe answering to my desires, prayers, wishes, and hopes. I wanted to know I could create my own reality 24/7, 365 days a year. Again, I did it too. It's called the Tesla Code. This is a headphone-based technology that uses Nikola Tesla's frequencies to, quote, talk with and rewrite your old subconscious programming, and then replacing those old stories, your old programming, with new stories and supportive programming. The most amazing part is all you have to do is wear your headphones and allow yourself to surrender while the technology does all the heavy lifting. Okay, so here's how it works. There's a slightly different frequency playing in each ear. That forces a thick band of fibers that connect the left and right side of your brain to fire. That band of fibers is called the corpus callosum. It's these weird fibers many top scientists believe gave Einstein his immense genius. When you fire these fibers and connect the left and right sides of the brain, you're tapping into whole brain functioning or whole brain synchronization. This can help you establish your own genius brain. But that's just one part of the equation. The second part is the actual frequencies themselves that mimic your brainwaves. My brainwaves? Yeah. Just like a radio, your brain runs on 5 brainwave frequencies: delta, theta, beta, alpha, and gamma. But out of the 5 above, it's specifically theta that's important because that's where your subconscious story is stored. For instance, 7.0 hertz is the doorway into your subconscious. This is how you can literally talk with your own subconscious so you can reprogram it with your truth. And what's your truth? Well, one word: abundance. You're on this planet to experience unlimited abundance. It's wholeheartedly your natural state. The problem is, when you grow up around people who have limiting beliefs, your subconscious takes them on as your own. In other words, your stories cover up what's already available to you, what's already yours. But because you've told and listened to these "I can't do it" type stories for so long, they've limited your abundance. So it's this old conditioned programming we're targeting in the Tesla Growth Tracks. And it's how you'll be able to reduce, remove, and rewrite any scarcity stories and easily transform it into supportive stories of absolute unquestionable abundance that will be the biggest difference in your life. So let's get to the actual tracks. Now, track 1 is called the old you versus the new you. So in order to let abundance in, you have to let go of the old you. It needs to be acknowledged out of existence. In this track, you'll discover just how easy you will be able to connect with and embody the new you. The you who seeks more happiness and remarkable ease in the abundance that you create in every area of your life. You'll be able to tap into that effortless manifestation in a positive way. Track 2 is called Becoming One with the Ether. This track combines the power of theta frequencies to help increase serotonin production in the brain. Once in this altered state, you will be guided to connect with the ether, or all that is and all that you want. Here in this track, you'll forge a newfound relationship and realize just how simple connecting with the ether can really be. Now, track 3 is called Becoming the Observer. Now, when our thoughts, feelings, and actions feel like they're working against us or happening to us, it's because we're trapped in what's known as the victim mindset. This track guides you to evolve through the victim mindset and step into the role of the observer. Here in this state, you will no longer be a victim to your own thoughts, feelings, but instead, you observe and control them whenever you want to. It's with this observer energy that you'll be able to easily tap into the ether and cultivate positive beliefs, energy, and abundance. Track 4 is simply called Authenticity. Authenticity is a core pillar for allowing what you want in. Here we're embracing who you really are, so that abundance and positive emotions and soon to be fulfilling experiences can match your authentic frequency, your unseen vibration. Track 5 is called Pineal Gland Activation. In this track, we're redefining who you are. We're uncovering your subconscious obstacles to allow the universe to now give you what you want. Just like a jigsaw, your pineal gland, aka your third eye, helps you reveal the missing parts of what you've allowed to get buried underneath your subconscious and those limiting stories that you've unconsciously told. Recognizing the real you underneath the subconscious program will be one of the most important acts you do for your abundantly filled future. Track 6 is called Cool, Calm, and Collected. Life is full of ups and downs. As Rocky Balboa said, it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Now that you've embraced the previous tracks, you're now in a position to begin integrating new, deeper realms of abundance. Here you'll discover how to allow abundance regardless of what scarcity-driven environments, people, and situations you're up against. This is your declaration for abundance, your battle, and in this cool, calm, and collected state, you'll win. Track 7 is called Consciousness 2.0. Consciousness 2.0 is an elevated state of being. Here, you'll develop new ways to communicate with yourself and with the world around you, and with your new reality. When you embrace this track into your routine, you'll identify the simple steps you take every day to create your reality. Consciousness 2.0 takes away the effort of tapping into the ether. In other words, you'll be able to do it automatically, and you will be rewarded for this with automatic abundance. Track 8, Leaders. Feed me to the wolves and I'll come back leading the pack. If you want to not only allow abundance into your life, but also keep it, you'll want to step into your natural role of being a leader. In this state, Life is within your control. The money, the job, the relationships, the love, and the abundance is inevitable. And you'll see why it's all there for the taking. Simply plug into these words and unleash your leadership characteristics. Just as a quick disclaimer, this is the proven Tesla code framework. These tracks were curated in order for a reason. Please do not skip ahead. Leverage each track in order to experience their full benefits both individually and collectively. In addition to the main tracks, I've also created a private Facebook community where I hold weekly live Q&A sessions for members of the Tesla code. After all, rewriting your subconscious isn't a one-time event. It's a constantly changing, evolving, transforming experience that never stops or ends because energy never stops or ends. It's also where you can personally interact with me and other Tesla Code members. This empowers you to always keep moving forward on manifesting your natural state of effortless abundance. Also, I need to get something off my chest. There are other audio programs out there with my name on them. Those aren't me or my products. Those are greedy entrepreneurs trying to take your money and give you something you can easily download on YouTube for free and get even better quality to boot. The Tesla code is the only program I've created and endorsed. This is what I actually do and use. These are the tracks I created and listen to on a daily basis. But get this, in the private Facebook group, I'm also going to empower you by showing you exactly how I create these tracks. And I do this for a specific reason. I want to teach you how to be completely able to keep your journey going in new and incredibly awesome ways. These teachings alone are worth easily $500 an hour of my time and usually a lot more. But you'll receive this training free once you're in the group. Of course, it goes without saying, if you're not 100% thrilled with the Tesla code after you purchase and don't get the results I've gotten and thousands of other people have also received, I'll refund 100% of your purchase price, absolutely no questions asked. In a sense, you have two different futures waiting for you right now. One, to the left, continuing to experience lack and scarcity with your fears making your everyday decision. Or number two, you can reprogram your brain for abundance, your subconscious for the abundance that's actually already yours, and transform your real life experience very quickly. If there's one thing I know about you without a shadow of doubt, it's that you're meant for abundance. It's your natural state. But just like the old Native American tale of the two wolves, it comes down to who you feed. In this Native American tale, there's a good wolf and there's a bad wolf. When you feed the bad wolf, you're fueling your fears, limiting beliefs, and old stories. But when you use the Tesla code technology to help potentially rewire your brain, you can easily feed the good wolf, who assists you in getting to your natural state of abundance as quickly as possible. That's the power of the Tesla code. You can tap into the free, endless energy and frequencies of the ether that create your world at will. So click or tap on the button below now and leverage the field that creates your reality with deliberate ease. Again, everything you want and need and deserve is already yours, ready for the taking. It's your job to simply let it all in, okay? I'll see you on the other side, and let's make this the day where you define the moment to have an abundant rest of your life, and I look forward to being a part of your journey.